LA This Week.
The city's innovative computer giveaway program arrives in the community of North Hills for the very first time. I'm Gil Reyes with the story next.
A big birthday bash for a historic church in LA. All the celebrations coming up.
I'm Rasha Goel. Up next, it's a place to have fun and be creative, but more on what makes this particular playground unique.
Hello and welcome to LA This Week. Thanks for joining us. I'm Yana Kay. A local controversy is brewing over Columbus Day. One council member of Native American ancestry wants to oust it. Another with Italian heritage strongly disagrees. Gil Reyes tells us why.
A difference of opinion at City Hall. In school, we were taught Columbus Day celebrates the Italian explorers' arrival in the Americas and its eventual colonization and greatness. But there's a different take.
Upon landing on a Caribbean island in 1492, Christopher Columbus set in motion a complete genocide of the indigenous inhabitants.
LA City Councilman Mitch O'Farrell, who has Native American roots in Oklahoma, wants to change Columbus Day to Indigenous Peoples Day. A city council committee has given preliminary approval. The measure now goes before the full city council to decide.
Across the American South, statues glorifying the Confederacy are rightfully coming down. Confederate flags are being removed from state and municipal houses. It's time we remove our own divisive symbol of hate.
But LA City Council member Joe Buscaino, a proud Italian American, is against replacing Columbus Day, which takes place on the second Monday of October. He says, quote, "I strongly support an Indigenous Peoples Day in the city of Los Angeles, but not at the expense of another group." Buscaino, a first-generation Italian American with a strong Italian American constituency in his South Bay district, says Columbus Day is more about honoring the vast contributions of Italians and immigrants to our country. He says removing Columbus Day would be comparable to removing Martin Luther King Day or Cesar Chavez Day. At City Hall, I'm Gil Reyes for LA This Week.
If approved, the city's measure to replace Columbus Day with Indigenous Peoples Day would go into effect within 2 years. LA's LGBT community put on a huge celebration right in the middle of Tinseltown as it marked its history through film and television. As Anna Marcos shows us, the fun all started at the Hollywood Museum.
The party is on at the Hollywood Museum, and the colored lights reflect the colorful exhibits going on the inside as the 4th annual LGBT Gay Pride exhibit kicks off. Since this is Hollywood, the event has a decidedly Tinseltown focus. It's called Reel to Reel, Portrayals and Perceptions of Gays in Hollywood.
Our goal is for each person to walk away, not only have they been entertained, but that they have been educated in a way to be more open and more tolerant, because we are not all alike.
The exhibit showcases photos, costumes, props, and more from movies and TV shows with LGBT themes all through entertainment history, as well as actors who have come out as LGBT.
I'm just very, very proud to be one of the hosts and to help spread the word that LGBTQ has a history everywhere, in cinema, in our neighborhoods, in government.
Some of the exhibits include showpieces from Milk, Transparent, Orange is the New Black, Cabaret, and RuPaul's Drag Race, as well as indie films like It Happened Last Night.
I was raised in a home where I was allowed to love anybody that I want, and not everybody has that. And it's important that they should.
I'm hoping at one point we can really just stop labeling people and look at everybody as humans.
Even the LAPD put in an appearance with a new Safe Place decal to help protect the LGBT community.
Basically, volunteer program, businesses join to turn their businesses into a safe place and refuge for any member of the LGBTQ community who is feeling harassed on the street.
And one day, these visitors hope there will be no need for safety decals on storefronts. The exhibit continues through the end of June. I'm Anna Marcos for LA This Week.
Over in the Valley, more LGBT festivities as folks gathered for a party that not only celebrated LGBT community members, but their families as well. Anna Marcos takes us to what has become an annual happening.
Turn it up. Put your hands together. Come on, people. Give it up.
The rainbow colors were on show, and pride was the word of the day, as the 3rd annual Valley Pride Day kicked off in Van Nuys.
What does pride mean to you?
Pride means that you are to assert who you are, never be ashamed, and always insist on respect for who you are.
Define pride.
Pride is love and progress.
Pride means everyone is welcome in our community, and we are going to embrace and love everyone.
This Pride event had a big theme: family acceptance. Councilmember Nuri Martinez put on her dancing shoes and strutted her stuff in this dance circle. For her, it's not just about helping the LGBTQ community, but helping their families as well, and the community at large.
We need to model for our kids what we want them to be when they grow up. And that is loving, supportive, accepting, and tolerant of everyone they grow up with.
She's the first Latina woman to bring the LGBT back in the Valley.
Lots of resources here, from home finding services to mental health counseling to HIV testing, and oh, so much more. And the entertainment was rainbow colored indeed. Take this group of mariachis that calls itself Arcoiris, Spanish for rainbow.
Because we have a lot to fight these days, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we have to stand together in solidarity and never let anyone roll back our rights.
And one day, organizers hope, the entire community will be as accepting as this crowd. I'm Anna Marcos for LA This Week.
This year's Valley Pride event was the biggest one celebrated yet. Well, turning now to the city's Our Cycle LA program. Imagine having to do online homework on a tiny cell phone. Well, kids at one school had no choice because their parents could not afford to buy a computer. But Our Cycle has helped change all of that. Gil Reyes shows us.
Want to hold on to this? Don't drop it.
Los Angeles City Councilman Mitchell Englander helps hand out 50 free computers to families who really need them.
These were refurbished City of LA computers that have been rebuilt with the latest state-of-the-art technology that we're able to repurpose and make a future, not only for the computers, but in these kids' lives. I mean, this is one of the most rewarding things we can do, is making an investment in our families that live here in our community. It's just phenomenal. I love this program.
It's called the Our Cycle LA program. Our Cycle takes outdated LA City Department computers and instead of throwing them away, repairs them for families in need. Today we're at Mayall Academy Arts and Tech Magnet School in North Hills. The students mostly come from low-income households, so the computers with free internet for 4 years are expected to go a long way.
It's very important because he actually needs it on Tech Tuesdays for his homework, so it's gonna help him a lot.
What does that mean, Tech Tuesdays? What's that?
They get homework every Tuesday that they gotta make research online,
and some students do not have that technology at home, so then they were able to do the homework just in paper form.
Before the computers that you're getting today, how was she able to do homework?
On the phone, smartphone.
Now the kids can finally do online homework the right way. LA City leaders and the city's Information Technology Agency launched Our Cycle 2 years ago.
At this point, as of today, we've already distributed 2,644 computers with internet in the city of Los Angeles. On one side, older computers that could be refurbished. Second, we take nonprofits who could do the refurbishment and are training the skills to convicts and to students and to others who don't have those skills.
The nonprofit group Human IT fixes the computers, creating jobs and volunteer opportunities for people wanting to learn the trade of computer repair.
We've taken a lot of international students to come get that American experience. What is it like to work here in America?
And it's a great mission helping low-income people benefit from this. Yeah.
And you're going to put it on your job resume?
Yeah, sure.
While helping to bridge the digital divide.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Thanks. In North Hills, I'm Gil Reyes for LA This Week.
Councilman Englander's office negotiated with Sprint to provide 4 free years of Wi-Fi. Well, from free computers to another program that's also helping young people succeed while boosting the local economy. Rasha Goel explains.
I believe there's lots of opportunities out there. They do not just come to you. You have to go out and look for them and find them.
That's the idea behind Youth at Work, a joint program between LA County and LA City that helps at-risk youth between the ages of 14 to 24 find work.
We know it's worth the investment. You know, $1,600 in a summer is worth millions of dollars throughout their life. Because when we get it wrong, all sorts of other things happen that we have to pay for.
The program expects to help employ 20,000 young people starting this July.
Youth, in fact, have a higher percentage of unemployment than the rest of the population, at about 10%. And you know that now more than ever, our commitment has to be made to our young people.
While the county and city have their separate youth programs, this is the first time the city and county are coming together for one common purpose. One person who has participated in a similar program says it helps prepare young people for the real world.
You're educated more, you're able to go out there and, take responsibility and, do it by your actions.
But it ultimately comes down to how badly young people want to make a change in their lives. And it starts with taking the first step.
Find a youth source center closest to you and ask about summer youth employment. It will help. It will help. It will get you off the streets and it will get you into something great.
I'm Rasha Goel for LA This Week.
To apply for the program, complete a brief online application at workforce.lacounty.gov/youth services. Well, it's not often city leaders as a group attend a church birthday, but this one is special, celebrating 150 years of LA history. Anna Marcos has more on the gala event at the First Congressional Church of Los Angeles.
Heavenly choirs? You bet. This is one of the top church choirs in Southern California, and it's helping the First Congregational Church of Los Angeles celebrate its 150th birthday. Even city leaders are here for the party.
First Congregational, your minister, you yourselves, symbolizes the diversity of what Los Angeles is and the inclusiveness that we are in Los Angeles.
So just how diverse and inclusive? Well, the choirs give way to Asian drums.
We all get along, as much as human beings do. But still, really, we do.
The church has played a huge role in the city's cultural and religious history. Even now, it often serves as a leader on social justice issues. City leaders also have a message for the Cathedral School's graduates of 2017 as they look to the future.
Who will you be? Who will you become? Whether it's worrying about the future of our planet in the wake of climate change, or grappling with issues of social justice, or whether people of different faiths will be banned from even coming to this country.
And let's not leave the young ones out. They also have a role to play, lighting up the church with pinwheel lights. All this inclusiveness will now be on display for all the public to see. The church just got its own street corner dedicated outside. The corner will now be called Congregational Square. I'm Anna Marcos for LA This Week.
The church, by the way, lies at the intersection of several council districts in LA, districts 4, 10, and 13. In Pacific Palisades, going to the beach just got a lot safer for pedestrians. Anna Marcos shows us how a brand new type of pedestrian stoplight is making a difference.
Who would think a walk to the beach could be fatal? But on the PCH near Pacific Palisades, it can be. Before the new stoplight came on, it often was.
My granddaughter's boyfriend was killed out here trying to cross where one side stopped and the other cars on the side, lady just drove straight through.
To help stop such tragedies, Caltrans officials have installed a brand new type of pedestrian-activated signal, the second signal of its kind ever in LA.
The signal stays dark until a pedestrian presses the button. It begins then yellow flashing to alert drivers, and then a solid yellow to tell drivers to prepare to stop, and then shifts to a solid red.
This is something that has been badly needed, not just here, but up and down Pacific Coast Highway in this area, where there have been a number of accidents over the years.
City leaders welcome the $750,000 improvement. They say it will help the city's Vision Zero plan move forward.
The goal is to get the city's embarrassing rate, shameful rate of traffic collisions down to zero by 2025. We have more traffic fatalities in Los Angeles this year than homicides.
But officials warn a signal alone, no matter how high-tech, can't stop a traffic accident. They advise both pedestrians and motorists to stay alert and watch the road. Still, many residents here are counting on fewer car collisions and hopefully fewer tragic fatalities in the future. I'm Anna Marcos for LA This Week.
When it comes to playgrounds, we often think of safety first. But how often do we think about accessibility? Not very often. But city leaders have made that a priority as they unveil a new playground that ensures kids of all abilities can have fun.
Kelly Akins is excited about the launch of Rockets Universe Playground. With her son Max, who has cerebral palsy, she understands all too well the importance of having an accessible playground. Max is now 21, but she remembers going to playgrounds where he couldn't play, and it was often difficult and heartbreaking for her to see.
We couldn't get the wheelchair across the wood chips. He couldn't go down the slide. He couldn't swing in the swing. Obviously he couldn't climb on the jungle gym. So it was so sad. It got to be where I couldn't even drive past a playground.
Rockets Universe in Weddington Park is named in honor of John Taylor Rocket Williams IV, who was born with a genetic disorder and lost his life at the precious age of 2.5.
He was in a wheelchair, and he didn't have a lot of the same accesses to things like when we would take him to the park. It was a lot of stuff. There were, wheels in the sand and all of that kind of thing. We wanted a place where people could go and all sort of come together and feel a sense of belonging together, and everybody have equal access.
It is the 33rd inclusive playground in Los Angeles, designed in a collaborative effort between the nonprofit group called Shane's Inspiration and the Department of Recreation and Parks. Officials say Los Angeles is one of the most playable cities in the world for children of all abilities.
We have 33 parks where kids with disabilities can play by themselves without the help of anybody helping them move, or get onto it and equipment or anything like. It is amazing, isn't it?
A lot of the features built into this playground accommodate kids of all abilities. For example, if you take a look at this rampway here, it can comfortably fit a wheelchair or a walker.
It is what makes the park. It's what first brings our children to the park, and it's that connection that a playground offers that allows us to continue on with your children as they get older.
It's just an opportunity to bring kids together just as kids. So kids of all ability levels, of all challenges, can come together and play on the same equipment at the same time and interact with each other, get to know each other, and see what they have in common instead of what they have that's different.
Something kids also understand.
And it gives the people with disabilities company, because usually they're alone because people think they're different.
Actor Justin Baldino from the hit series Jane the Virgin, and a father himself, also appreciates the importance of a playground.
And as much as we are here to teach our children, I think that there's so much they can teach us.
A playground where perhaps new friendships, dreams, and inspirations are launched. In North Hollywood, I'm Rasha Goel for LA This Week.
Shane's Inspiration has 64 similar parks worldwide and hopes to continue to build more in Los Angeles. Well, it's lights, camera, action as the mayor takes steps to help cut filming costs for low-budget digital productions in LA. A new memorial honors a key figure in the city's history and giving kids a chance to get up close and personal with several successful book authors this summer. All these stories in Citybeat. LA City Mayor Eric Garcetti launched the Digital Makers Initiative, a pilot program that seeks to help keep productions in LA by cutting 2/3 of film permitting costs for small and digital-first productions. Digital filmmakers have historically been priced out of expensive permits that cater to big-budget projects. This initiative, which cuts red tape for small, low-impact productions, is the first pilot program of its kind in the nation. The mayor said that the program will help make sure that Los Angeles and all of its production and location resources remain accessible to small productions. The Digital Makers Initiative is designed for productions that have a low impact on communities in which they shoot. Pilot participants will pay a $250 fee and will be required to take part in a Film LA training program. Cast and crew will be limited to up to 15 people on set for interior filming and up to 6 people for exterior filming. The newly installed Blue Star Memorial marker at Orchid Ranch in West Hills was dedicated recently. The Blue Star Memorial Program is a national program which honors members, past, present, and future, of all branches of the United States Armed Services. Orchid Ranch was named after oil pioneer William Warren Orchid, who used the ranch as his retirement and vacation home. He also served in the National Guard from 1895 to 1897. The City of Los Angeles acquired the land in 1966 and is currently operated by the Department of Recreation and Parks. The memorial marker was made possible through funding from the West Valley Garden Club. The Library Foundation kicked off its Summer Author Series with authors Ariana Stein and Patty Rodriguez. The Summer Author Series brings children and young adult authors and illustrators to libraries to share stories, provide insights into their career paths, and interact with students. This summer, the series will hold 47 different author programs throughout the city. Refreshments will be provided, and participants will have a chance to win a free copy of the author's book.
The idea behind Summer Author is to bring both young adult authors and children's authors to the libraries to connect with children so they can be inspired to maybe one day becoming an author or illustrator themselves.
The LA Dodgers continue to give back to their fans by showing young kids how important it is to hit a home run with reading. Rasha Goel has more.
Once upon a time, said the frog, there was a lizard sitting on a rock.
It's not every day these young kids get to hear stories read by their favorite baseball players. But today was their lucky day. As part of the LA Reads program, an initiative by the LA Dodgers to get children excited about reading, these young 3rd and 4th graders were treated to a special story time at the Central Library with LA Dodger players Andre Ethier, Rich Hill, and Yasmani Grandal.
Picking up a book and something that you're interested in is vital to your communication, to how our vocabulary expands, and just makes you overall more confident.
The program was developed to improve kids' reading levels. Statistics show that only about 1/3 of American 4th graders can read well.
I think it's important for her because it expands her mind, it expands her vocabulary, her communication skills.
Do you know the secret to throwing?
Sure. Have fun.
Dodgers players are quite the storytellers. They did a great job reading books to kids and really are encouraging reading and talking about how important it is for young people to read and how books are really a window to the world.
Students also got to take pictures with the players and received a book to take home. A win-win for all. I'm Rasha Goel for LA This Week.
As part of LA Reads, students can track their reading minutes online and can earn chances to win special Dodger prizes, including an on-field recognition before a Dodger game. Well, enjoy plenty of 4th of July celebrations, including several fireworks shows throughout the city and a skydiving parade. All of this in this week's Things to Do. Celebrate Independence Day at the annual John Alguin July 4th Spectacular. The San Pedro July tradition is now in its 67th year. The free celebration features music, family activities, food trucks, and a spectacular fireworks show at 9 p.m. on Cabrillo Beach. The festivities start at 12 p.m., so don't miss it. Cabrillo Beach is located at 3720 Stephen M. White Drive in San Pedro. 4th of July celebrations wouldn't be complete without a parade, right? So head on over to the 68th Annual Pacific Palisades 4th of July Parade. Starting just before 2 p.m., a band of patriotic skydivers will descend from the sky, kicking off the neighborhood's massive parade. Come join your neighbors and enjoy the best bands and equestrian units in the country, marching alongside community groups, local celebrities, neighbors, and kids. For locations and more information, visit palisadesparade.org. Over in the Valley, it's one of the most spectacular fireworks displays in Southern California. The July 4th Fireworks Extravaganza delights over 60,000 people with a free concert and 15-minute spectacular fireworks display. There are more than 20 local restaurants on hand with arts and crafts vendors and local businesses promoting and selling their goods. The event takes place at Warner Center on July 4th from 6 to 9:30 p.m., so come early. And that's a look at some things to do. Well, that's going to do it for this edition. I'm Yana Kane from all of us here at LA This Week. Thanks for joining us. A reminder that you can catch us online at lacityview.org. You can also follow and like us on Facebook. We'll see you back here next week for more of LA This Week.